All right, I hope that worked. Did that work? Well, that's the Do Nothing Project for you. True Do Nothing spirit. Thank you, Andrew, for scrambling last minute to figure out how to do a new link, because your illustrious host is a complete tech klutz. So I guess hopefully people will find their way to this from the other link. Anyway, good to be here. Good to see Lauren in the blue font. Thanks, Lauren, for moderating, and thank you, Andrew, for figuring that out. So yeah, how's that going to work? People are going to go to the first thing, Andrew, and then they will. Anyway, who cares how it'll work? I have a good idea for a meditation, though. A good zero idea. That was why I was all excited. I actually sat down ahead of time to think about it. So good to see all the people signing in. Emily, finding your freestyle. Great tag. Courtney. Rees. Scott. Hey, Scott. Jennifer. Michelle. So if you've never been to the Do Nothing Project before, first of all, good luck trying to even find this link. But if you do find it, or maybe you're watching it later, this is what it is. It's the most, probably, I wouldn't say it's the most low-tech, least amount of competence on the entire internet. There's a lot of terrible things on the internet or on YouTube, but this is, we're aiming pretty low here. The idea is that you're just sitting and existing, and we'll do a little practice of some kind. Mostly people are here for the community. People come, I guess, find it through different places, the Consciousness Explorers Club, through Calm, through 10% Happier, and through the worldwide everywhere. So wherever you found it, welcome. Happy to have you here and happy to have all the regulars back. As Cody says, it is the best place on the internet. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. So what are we going to do tonight? So basically the structure is I or a fellow host, I think next week is going to be Andrew, we guide a 25-minute simple minimalist sit. There's nothing really to watch on the screen except for me with my eyes closed. And then afterwards, people could leave a report, or you can ask a question if you like. And the whole thing is just a good way to spend a Sunday night. Kind of bring the energy down at the end of the week. Prepare, clean the slate for the few days to come. This evening, I was thinking about Chia Pets. I was thinking I want to do a meditation called the Chia Pet, where basically, I don't know if you know what, I mean, most people I'm assuming here know what the Chia Pet is. It's like a North American thing. Maybe, I don't know if you know about that in Australia or in Europe or in Brazil or the various other locations that tune in. But Chia Pet was like this kind of like idiot-proof thing that kids could use to practice their nurturing skills. It's like this terracotta pot that you put chia seeds in and a little bit of water, and then they sprout. It looks like Bob Ross's afro, kind of this green kind of a sprouted thing. And then the inspiration was basically what is growth in meditation? I mean, that's kind of a big question. There are lots of dimensions to it, but so maybe a closer question is like, what is the nurturing experience that leads to growth? In the equivalent of the Chia Pet, there's the nurturing experience of being watered allows the seeds to sprout, and you get this lush green growth. So what's the equivalent process that happens internally in meditation? Well, it's sort of stillness. It's sort of getting still, getting settled, and letting that kind of seep into the nervous system. But to be honest, it's not the stillness as much. It is partly the stillness, but it's more the steeping itself. It's the thing we do that lets us kind of let go and open and receive the stillness, because you can do it just as much with sounds, receiving whatever is happening in reality. This idea that you just kind of loosen through the center of your body. You can still have thoughts, you can still have things going on, but you're so open, almost like your pores are opening, that there's this sense in which there's a kind of clearing. This is sort of the deep equanimity. There's a clearing, a purification, an opening, and the silence feels like it's beginning to expand, that it kind of starts to move into you in some way. That's how we nurture our personal meditation chia pets. So I thought I'd guide a practice around that. Even if it sounds weird, I think I can make it pretty clear in the guidance itself. So you think of it as like it's really a kind of self-care angle on the practice, like this, the caring for the self is the thing that is nurturing your chia pet. So that's our idea. Let's meditate. What's the time right now? 8:08. So we'll do 25 minutes. So it'll finish at about 8:35. I think I realized this thing is too close to me. That's why it seems weird. I'm gonna push this back. Okay. So as always with the Do Nothing Project, if you have your own version of doing nothing, your own go-to meditation practice that you like, you can do that. You can follow along with these ideas. Let me get my time here so I can see. I like to start with a few deep breaths. And the out breath, for me, it's always breathing out whatever uptightness that I brought with me into the space. You know, breathing out the energy of doing, getting things done. What that actually means in your body is often just a kind of riding the out breath down, you know, softening the worry lines of the forehead, softening the cheeks and jaw. You kind of let each of those go as you breathe out. You know, as the diaphragm relaxes, there's a kind of bit of a wave you can ride down on that. Softening the shoulders, the throat, even the hands. And let the front of the body be open and soft too. So you're not holding in your gut, you're not bracing in any way. It's interesting all the subtle ways we brace without realizing. The subtle ways we're a little bit uptight, holding tension. You know, your butt's a bit clenched. You're kind of expecting a loud sound, or you're expecting to be interrupted, and there's this, you know, kind of subtle way in which we hold ourselves against the flow of experience. So that's going to be really the encouragement here through this practice, is continually seeing if you can relax more through the body, and then in the mind just letting go of the judgments, anything you get uptight about. Just, you don't need to kind of hold on to those. The thoughts will come, but instead of fixing on them, you kind of notice and you just kind of let them pass through in their own time. So you just sit in this open way, literally. You don't need a home base or a particular thing to pay attention to if you don't want to. Just sort of sitting and being, feeling the beingness. And for some people, it helps to get to that place. It helps to settle things a bit, to focus on some simple sensation, particularly at the beginning. So maybe the out breath itself, or the feeling of warmth in the hands, or a sound around you, like a droning sound from a vent or traffic, who knows. So if that's you, that's fine too. You can do that. I'll come back in a few minutes. And if you are working with the breath or sensation, there's this sort of intuit quality. Like you decide to find it kind of like you decide to find it absorbing. You decide to get into the sensation, like you're playing a groove on a guitar or something, like this quality, this opening to it. And that absorption, that opening, is this beginning to nourish the mind body. And you're patient. It can take a while to settle, so there's no agenda to speed to some destination. Good. So the real nourishment here is this kind of global steeping that you can begin to connect to, a sense in your whole being. And so the cue here is to kind of, this might sound weird, but kind of seeing if you can feel almost like the humidity of your body, like the sense of the pores across in the hands and through the whole body. And it's like you're letting go, almost like you're falling back. You're staying perfectly straight, but imagine you could kind of create the sensation of letting go and almost falling back a bit. So you're so loose. And then as you do that, there's a little surge in body warmth or feeling somehow through the core and hands. And it's like the sensation of the humid feeling of being alive is moving very slowly forward, like this sort of river. But your awareness is somehow moving, is staying perfectly still or even leaning back a bit. And there's a sense in which something's just flowing through, everything's flowing through you, and there's no resistance. And I say everything, I mean sensations, sounds, thoughts. It's all kind of like upwelling, bubbling through. And you're just completely still, letting it just flow. And that's really how you water the Chia Pet. You can just feel that good nurturing. So that cue might have sounded a bit bizarre for some people. So another way to kind of get to the same thing is just what would it feel like to sit and appreciate stillness? Just appreciating your own stillness in the way you sit, or appreciating any quiet, relative quiet, or even more of a deeper quiet underneath sounds. It's like you're just steeping in that. Even with thoughts and feelings there. Really feeling the stillness. Your mind wanders, you come back, feeling your whole being, the whole sense of the whole body sitting, and just opening to all sounds and sensations, feelings. And the sensation is a lot about kind of surrendering, letting go into the stream. And anytime you notice, kind of you can sweep through and again deliberately soften the face and shoulders and body, but kind of spreading global relaxation out, even if there are uncomfortable sensations and feelings. Okay, good. So you can keep just letting go into that, letting, kind of riding out the last bit here. And we can also be deliberate about sending in some care to the body, sending in some love. It's another way to nurture a little Chia Pet. And that could, for some people, there's something about the hand, putting your hand on your chest or on your belly, or even if your hands are on your lap or your knees, connecting. You can keep them there, but just kind of connecting to this caring quality in the way the hand is making contact with the knees or your lap. It's sort of like, what can you do to turn up the sense of sending some kind of nurturing energy or caring energy back into yourself? You'd use phrases, may I be well. This is the loving kindness finale, if you haven't figured that out already, of the meditation. So you use a phrase, may you be well, may I be well. Maybe use a hand gesture. But it's really about right now. Right now, what can I do to care for this body and the way you're sitting and the attitude towards it. If you got your hand on your knees, it's just like kind of imagining that there's warmth moving from the hand into the body. Now you can imagine spreading that caring out to other people in your life, whoever comes to mind. Just through thinking of them, it's like you're spreading out that care and just wanting the best for that person. Maybe you visualize them happy or laughing, looking awkward, whatever kind of makes you smile or feel affection. Love definitely nurtures the giver and the receiver. Good to meditate with everyone. Thank you. Yeah. Chia Pet watered. Sweet. Glad it was calming. So curious if that instruction makes sense. It's a weird one. I mean, they're kind of feeling the pores, kind of almost like you're opening and you're going back, but something else is going forward. I'm kind of curious about how to try to explain that. It's just another way to talk about equanimity, but that the more you taste that, or wherever, or feeling like you're feeling the stillness, the more nourishment the meditation is. It's the deeper it goes. It's amazing. It's like really it is connected to that. So, yeah. Chris got here late. Yeah, come out of left field to Chia Pet. Watering, that was our metaphor. Nice. So Elise said the nurturing showed up choosing to lay down for the practice. She really enjoyed the porous opening. Nice. Anna Marie in Melbourne. Oh, Monday morning, getting at it. Thanks, Fred. Grateful for you too, buddy. Yeah, you gotta care. It feels like I have a vague sense of what the Chia Pet watering can feel like. So another way to talk about it is actually it's a thing that's happened. So Friday night I went to a party, like the first party I've been to in probably 2 years, and it was. It was funny. It was like, how do you even be around people? Like, I don't even remember how to be social. And I had this funny experience where I was talking to someone, like an old friend. It was good. It was kind of connecting to a lot of old community of mine, like more on the writer side of the community. Like I used to be connected to that more in Toronto, and that's what I was doing full time. And I was talking to somebody, and then I had this sudden image came up in like from inside me, like it shot up from my heart. It was like a cartoon barking dog face. And it was me with this like exaggerated head going. And I realized, oh shit, like I just been, like I don't even know how to talk to people right now. I'm not even listening really. I'm just presenting, I'm just kind of spreading my mind all over this person. I'm not really in this receptive mode. And so as soon as I noticed that, it was like I just kind of backed off and not that I wasn't having a bad conversation before, but just backed off and let it be more natural, let it be more easy. You can do that right now with the energy. It's like, that's what is that backing off of letting things be. And just kind of letting everything just float through and past, and then you kind of drop in as needed. That's kind of the experience another way to talk about the experience that I was trying to point to. That makes sense. Nice. So you got Gabrielle was using the inner Chia Pet holds like a hole puncher through the image to let everything pour through a stream running under her. Yeah. Nice, Susan, on the Costa Rica front. Anna says she needs to do more loving kindness. All right, what's going on here? Yeah, okay, so Van liked the idea of humidity coming up through the body. Yeah, that seemed like that could work. Yeah. All right, friends. Well, that's getting close to a wrap. Well, good to hang out with everybody. Again, sorry for the confused start and the other link and all the things. Next week, I'm actually going to be teaching down in the States, so I have Andrew's going to be doing Sunday night. Thank you, Andrew. I'll be just coming flying back in. And I'll be here the week after. So, very happy to be with y'all. Good to be in this community. Thanks for doing nothing. Thank you, Andrew, for next week. Oh, yeah. I'm doing CEC tomorrow. That's true. So, thank you for the reminder, Andrew. So, if you feel like another free meditation tomorrow night, I'm doing it I think it's at 7:30. It's the Dat Doing one, so it's going to be more about gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation, sort of more on that tip. So maybe see some of you there. Andrew posted the link there. All right. Have a good night. Thumbs up.